My friend, a mutual friend of mine, sent me a friend request about 8 months prior for Chris, my husband, and I deleted it. I had no interest in dating anyone. I wasn't looking for a boyfriend. I was working, I was goal-oriented, I was a dreamer. I've always been a dreamer. I've always wanted everything in life to be perfect. So anyway, fast forward, in a dark place, all of a sudden I get a friend request from Chris. I said, what the heck? I'll never meet him. He's just a Facebook friend. I have a million of them. Nothing's gonna come of it. Well, 2 weeks later, we finally meet on a blind date, and ended up falling in love with him. And I believe things happen for a reason. Things are placed in our life to bring us to the next stage of our life, good and bad. We just have to take all of it with us. And I choose every day to wake up. I choose to put my makeup on. I choose to put a smile on my face, because I am conquering my life, and nothing else is going to take my life away from me.
Thank you for the movie. Thank you for the first I
Em 2009, Shanann Catherine Watts e Christopher Lee Watts se conheceram na Carolina do Norte, depois de serem apresentados um ao outro por um amigo em comum, através do Facebook. Na época, Shanann, que sofria da doença autoimune lupus, estava lutando para controlar os sintomas de sua doença e estava se recuperando de um divórcio recente. Isso a deixou relutante em prosseguir qualquer potencial relacionamento tão cedo. Mas ela finalmente decidiu conhecer Christopher, e um relacionamento acabaria florescendo entre os dois. Em 2011, Chris tinha feito o pedido a Shanann, e os dois se casaram em 3 de novembro de 2012. Em 2013, a dupla deixou a Carolina do Norte, onde ambas as famílias residiam, e mudou-se para Frederick, Colorado, onde eles inicialmente ficaram com seus amigos, enquanto sua nova residência estava sendo construída, até maio de 2013. Eles finalmente se mudaram para sua casa nova, uma casa de $100 mil, no número 2825, em Saratoga. Mais tarde, naquele mesmo ano, em 17 de dezembro, Shanann deu à luz a sua primeira filha, Bella Marie Watts, com a ajuda de medicamentos para a fertilidade. Isso foi devido à doença de lupus de Shanann. Como antes de suas tentativas, os médicos avisaram a Shanann que ela poderia ser incapaz de conceber naturalmente. Por tudo que passaram, Shanann e Chris foram pais maravilhosos. Trabalharam duro para garantir que sua família continuaria a crescer. Shanann construiu uma empresa de vendas coreana e foi muito eficiente em seu papel. Enquanto Chris, um graduado na faculdade NASCAR, era um mecânico altamente qualificado. Durante esse período, ambos, Shanann e Chris, trabalharam em uma concessionária Ford, localizada em Longmont, Colorado. E isso foi até janeiro de 2015, quando Chris conseguiu um novo emprego como coordenador de campo na Anadarko Petroleum. Shanann tinha desde então também deixou seu cargo na Ford e agora trabalhava em um call center dentro de um hospital infantil. No mesmo ano, em 17 de julho, Shanann deu à luz a sua segunda menina, Celeste Catherine Watts, novamente com a ajuda de medicamentos para fertilidade. Celeste nasceu com o esôfago estreito, que exigia vários procedimentos para corrigir. Além disso, ambas as crianças acabariam sendo diagnosticadas com asma. Após anos de diagnósticos errados de médicos, resultando em anos de contas médicas recorrentes, como um casal, a renda anual combinada de Shanann e Chris era cerca de $90 mil, e eles logo começaram a ter problemas financeiros. Com uma família em crescimento e uma hipoteca no valor de $2.700 por mês, anos de despesas médicas acumuladas e dívidas de cartão de crédito cada vez maiores, eles sentiram que estavam começando a perder o controle de suas finanças. Para adicionar aos seus problemas de dinheiro, Shanann logo precisou de uma cirurgia no pescoço, que equivalia a $25 mil adicionais em custos médicos. Eles, consequentemente, declarariam falência em 2015, reivindicando dívidas que totalizam $449 mil. Em 2016, Shanann havia deixado seu cargo no hospital infantil, optando por trabalhar em casa com vendas diretas. Ela se tornou promotora de marca na empresa de marketing nivelado Level, onde suas habilidades a fizeram subir rapidamente de classificação e se tornando uma estrela em ascensão dentro da empresa. No início de 2018, Shanann construiu uma reputação estelar, por seu desempenho de vendas na Lembre-se e agora ganhava de 65 a 70 mil dólares por ano. Em maio do mesmo ano, com elogios cada vez maiores, deram a ela um destaque na revista interna da empresa. E toda a família ficou feliz com as vantagens do novo sucesso na carreira de Shanann. Ela era regularmente enviada em viagens pagas, tanto em todo o estado como de avião, onde Chris, Belle e Celeste iriam regularmente acompanhá-la em suas viagens. Ela agora está alcançando mais metas de vendas. Até lhe rendeu um Lexus 2016 RX novinho em folha, pago por ela, por seu trabalho, que ela estava conquistando através da empresa, no esquema de subsídio de carro. Parecia que as dificuldades financeiras do casal foram lentamente se tornando uma coisa do passado. Mais tarde naquele mês, a boa sorte de Shanann continuou. Ela descobriu que tinha engravidado pela terceira vez, desta vez sem o uso de injeções para fertilidade. Filmando a reação de seu marido através de um vídeo para o Facebook, ela revelou a novidade, para seu choque e espanto.
We did it again. I like that shirt. Really?
Really?
That's awesome. So pink means...
That's just the test.
I know. It just says the pink is going to be girls.
I don't know. Just the test.
That's awesome. Guess when you want to, it happens.
Dia 7 de agosto, dia em que todos deveriam voar de volta para casa no Colorado. Shanann confidenciou a sua amiga Adi que Chris não era o mesmo. Via mensagem de texto, ela afirmou coisas. Shanann disse: Chris me disse ontem à noite que ele está morrendo de medo desse terceiro bebê e que ele estava feliz apenas com Belle e Celeste, e não quer outro bebê. Ela disse que ele mudou, que não sabe quem ele é e que ele não o tocou a semana toda, a beijou ou falou com ela, exceto quando ela estava tentando descobrir o que há de errado. No dia seguinte, em 8 de agosto, às horas antes de sua consulta de ultrassom de 15 semanas, marcada para as 7 horas, aquela noite, Shanann contou a amigos próximos a fim de informá-los que ela estaria cancelando a festa de revelação de gênero planejada. Taylor, amiga de Shanann, entrou em contato com ela, esclarecimento desta mudança repentina de humor. Em resposta, Shanann respondeu: Chris disse que não somos mais compatíveis. Ele se recusou a me abraçar. Disse que pensou que outro bebê consertaria seus sentimentos. Disse que ele recusou aconselhamento de casais. As respostas de Chris aos amigos sobre seu filho ainda não nascido sugeriria que ele estava animado com o ultrassom, muito longe do que Shanann vinha alegando. Para os amigos próximos, a ultrassom de Shanann revelou que ela estava grávida de um menino. Ela revelou o nome escolhido para poucos amigos que seu nome seria Nicole Watts. Ao voltar para casa naquela noite, Shanann e Chris tiveram uma discussão conjugal, que terminou com uma reconciliação. Isso pode ser obtido pela atividade telefônica de Shanann, inicialmente retratando o desafio emocional, sendo confrontado com a perspectiva de se tornar uma mãe solteira, e é então contrastado por sua pesquisa no Google sobre o tema de terapia de casais. O tom agora otimista de Shanann sobre o relacionamento dela pode ser visto em suas mensagens para amigos. No dia seguinte, em 9 de agosto, Shanann voou em uma viagem de negócios para o Arizona com a amiga Nicole Atkinson, enquanto Chris cuidava de Bella e Celeste em casa. Shanann estava feliz, pois ela e Chris tiveram suas comunicações melhoradas recentemente. Pode ser visto em suas mensagens agora esperançosas para amigos. Shanann e sua amiga Nicole viajam ao trabalho, e Chris fica em casa cuidando das suas meninas. Era uma rápida convenção da empresa. Shanann e Nicole deveriam pousar em Denver às 11 horas da noite de 12 de agosto. Mas devido a um atraso no voo, a dupla desembarcou no Aeroporto Internacional de Denver na madrugada de 13 de agosto. Nicole então levou Shanann para sua residência, aonde ela entrou em sua casa à 1 da manhã. Essa seria a última vez que Nicole viu sua amiga viva. Nicole aguarda pacientemente até que sua melhor amiga entre em casa com segurança. Shanann tinha uma consulta médica logo pela manhã. Nicole, sua amiga, iria acompanhá-la, pois estava bastante preocupada com Shanann, pois ela havia se sentido muito mal durante a viagem. Nicole ligou para todos os telefones de Shanann, mas ela não os atendia e nem respondia às suas mensagens.
How you guys doing?
Brother,
What's that?
do you remember me?
Yeah.
Hey man, Ben.
How you been?
Hi.
Here, Nicole?
Yes.
Okay. So what's going on?
So my friend, we were out of town for a business trip this weekend,
All right.
and I dropped her off at 2 o'clock this morning. She's 15 weeks pregnant. She wasn't feeling well, and she had a doctor's appointment this morning at 9, and I told her to let me know if she needed me to take her. She's got 2 little girls, and she was very distraught over the weekend, wasn't eating normally or drinking, and we kept trying to force it on her because she's pregnant. Her husband and her supposedly are separating, but she didn't know this. She thought they were just having issues. He disclosed that to me today.
Okay.
Because I called him and I was like, have you talked or heard from Shanann since she left for work this morning? Because I can't get a hold of her. I've called, I've texted. Her car's in the garage. Her shoes she wears every single day are right in the front door.
She only has one vehicle?
No, they only have the one vehicle in his work truck.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. There's
She
not
took the girls and went on a play date, but they're 4 and 2. She went on a play date. Why wouldn't she take in a car? They're both in car seats. And she had a doctor's appointment this morning at 9 and she didn't go to the doctor's appointment.
Okay. No answer on the phone. Husband's on his way.
Supposedly, but he
Do you mind calling him and seeing if we can get a passcode to this and get me permission to go in?
okay.
I'm just gonna check the back, see if I can see anything.
There's no way to get in.
Right. I just want to look in all the windows, make sure I don't see anything out of. Do they?
Shit doesn't work on the outside.
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah, so they're gonna have to tarp on that one and tarp on the one over there too. At least they should have.
What's Shannon's number?
It's 910.
And I put up that one. It's him. It's pretty loud.
Sorry.
That's kind of weird. And the light.
850-3286.
I don't hear the phone ring or anything.
The neighbor has a camera system,
Mhm.
and he said because we have one story. She's with a friend right now, and then there's another story. She's on a play date with her kids with another friend, and then she left in the middle of the night. So he told us 2 different stories. So the neighbor over there said he has a camera that sees
Low
out in
view.
the street. So sorry, yeah, we asked him if he could see if he was able to see if she ever left the house.
Alright, that'll
We
work.
got someone else's car.
Shannon, are you home? Police department, if anyone's inside, make yourself known. Police department, if anyone's inside, make yourself known. Yeah, you'd think they were here, the kids or someone would respond though. You'd hear some kind of noise.
When did you talk to her last time?
How are you doing?
I don't think Chris is coming.
I'm here. Hang on. Okay, yeah, keep me on the phone. Okay, get Madison.
Scott, how you doing?
How's it going?
So this is the only vehicle she would have?
Only one that,
She would drive? Okay.
That's me. Yeah. The neighbors went and checked his camera and he said that my wife parked her away at one. It was me though. That was me. I dropped her off.
That was the last accident on my camera.
Okay. That's about the whole day, or?
Besides Chris leaving?
Well, yeah.
What about this? You know, there's no way you can look for a day during the daytime?
What? The girls' car seats are in the car too, so she left with the friend. She would have took the car seats.
I can do it if he doesn't mind.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Huh? Chris is in the house or something. Can we go in the house?
He can.
I mean, that's up to him. It's his house. He goes.
Nikki, I'll give you permission to open my daughter's house.
Mind if I come in, Chris? You checked upstairs? She's not there? I just want to make sure she's not passed out somewhere. Is she diabetic? You mind if I look around? Good, thanks. You're fine. No, you're fine. Good one. We're checking the house for consent. Oh. Well. Any friends you know she would be hanging out with?
I mean,
I know. I guess her
Amanda,
parents are out of state.
across country, North Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's not happening. All the girls blankie, they're gone. They're blankie they sleep with, they don't leave anywhere without it.
Good. Nothing else appears to be missing though. Just
No.
stuff you'd take for a quick trip.
It used to be 2385 and now it's 6 digits.
What's the baby's due date?
131, 8, 19. Says at 5:27 a.m. the overhead garage door 2 was left open and never shut. About that time. So either like when I pulled away and shut the door, it never shut. It was shut when you got here. Due to the sensor was tripping out, which has happened before, but I had to replace it 2 weeks ago.
Were you able to pull up the video of the 1210? See, was it the front door?
That was Nikki.
That was you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were beeping at me at the out in the field. Picked up upstairs.
What days does she typically do work?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah, always.
What was the name of the company again?
Lebel, L-E-B-E-L.
Where are they based out of?
but they don't have like they don't have like an office. It's just
Does she have someone that she reports to though?
she has her leaders, but they're both in northeast part of the country. Like she has Addie Maloney, she has Amanda Aikman, she has Sam Paisley.
Okay. It didn't look like she went through and packed up a bag or anything.
All that in the bottom, so it'd be kind of hard to tell if she took a little bit, or it'd be easy to talk to a lot, but it's hard to talk to a little bit or not.
Okay. She tell you anything about leaving, moving out?
Not moving out. I mean, the last time I talked to her was this morning. She said she's gonna take the kids to a friend's house, and that's where she was gonna be. And then I've texted her today. I never heard anything. But the car's here.
Right.
Here. Unless somebody came and picked her up. But the people that I know, nobody's heard from her, nobody's seen her.
Right. What's that?
Nothing on there. My camera. Lay down.
Load my stuff up in my coolers, my water jugs, I put back my computers, some of the tools that I have in the toolbox. I knew I was going to do some pumping unit rubbers today. That's why I was out so far.
Is this on continually recording?
Yep. Well,
It's not, is it motion or is it? Okay, it's motion.
Any motion event that happens, but I get cars driving from this street, This is him at 517.
Maybe park out there on the side, I just want to get everything back in. Be easier to run everything out there, all the tools that I have to bring in.
My detective just showed up. So he'll probably want to talk to you. He'd probably, like I said, he might have you call at the bank and see if there's any kind of activity.
Because if there was any sort of action out there,
His camera's
I would have got it.
Like
Right.
I've got issues the other week when people were coming stealing stuff out of like garages and stuff like that, and I had parked over there, and it was just like
But if any action would have happened, any cars or anything left your house, I would
it would
have
have been like right in that area. They should have fixed me.
Oh, it'll pick up anything coming down the street this way.
You know what that trigger is?
Oh, yeah. Watch, I'll show you. There's nothing on here. We've already watched that one. But like, you'll see this car. And it picks up all the way down there.
He's next door.
There we go.
Talking about this bedroom. It'll be good for him. No, but you just want to go talk to him. I'm going to get his info real quick. No. Right.
And it doesn't look like he came from out here, but he came from down the street. And then the other thing that doesn't make sense is why would he pull past the car? You can see him pull past.
When I got home yesterday, it was like a ghost town. Like, she wasn't here. Kids weren't here. I have no idea like where they went. Right now, you got K9 units, the sheriff's department. Everybody's like they're doing their best right now to figure out like if they can get a scent. If she wasn't here, like where did she go? Like once I got here, it was like, all right, who can I call? I called her 3 times, texted her about 3 times just to say, you know, what's going on. Like if she's vanished, like I want her back so bad. I want those kids back so bad. Right now, I don't even want to just like throw anything out there. Like I hope that she's somewhere safe right now and with the kids. Last night, I wanted that knock on the door. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see those kids running, just barrel rush me and just give me a hug and knock me on the ground. That's why last night was just horrible. I couldn't do it. I'm hoping that somebody sees something or somebody knows something and comes forward. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. Like if somebody has her, just please bring her back. I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anybody here.
Alright, let's do this.
somebody saw something, somebody knows where these kids are, and I keep saying kids, I'm sorry, kids know where. I know you're going through a lot, so we're not going to keep you here all night. Just tell me exactly what you remember, and I'll take notes about where we can go.
Okay. So this 1:48 a.m.
Let me switch chairs. So when they come knocking, that's how far.
One of the oldest and most commonly used techniques is for the interrogator to sit between the door and the suspect. This is for the purpose of heightening the feelings of isolation and dependence. It's an indirect subliminal message, letting Chris know that the only way out of that room is through the detective. It's an excellent tool for stripping away confidence, thus increasing the telling signs and body language when information is fabricated.
4 a.m. That's when my alarm goes off for work, and she's get dressed, brush my teeth, everything I do upstairs.
Okay.
About 4:15, that's when I get back, slide right into bed next to her, and start having a conversation with her about having the house up for sale and talking about stuff like actually proceeding with the separation.
Okay.
And obviously it gets pretty emotional, like we're talking about, like we felt this disconnection was there, like falling out of love, and trying to stay together, maybe just for the kids' sake, but we're realizing that doing like our homework, it's not, most of the time that's not going to work.
Yeah.
So when I got home, I opened the garage door and went inside the house and looked everywhere. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, nowhere to be found. Shannon's wedding ring's on her nightstand, her phone's still on the couch, her purse is still there, medicine for the kids is still there, the car seat's still there, and there's no sign of them anywhere.
Okay.
I was just hoping that, I left all the lights on in the house, I was hoping that I'd get a knock on the door. But
Yeah, nothing happened.
yeah, but nothing happened. And I needed to see her face, like while I did it. I couldn't text, phone, whatever. I needed to be face to face and be able to see her and know that she was going to be at least reciprocating back to me. So,
What did she say?
she said that she wanted to kind of work on it, but if that's the way I was feeling, then she respects that.
Okay. 1 p.m. I'm now on my way home to check on my family. Just because you're worried based on the conversation. Nicole, had the police contact you by then?
No.
Okay. I arrived. Sorry, go ahead.
But Nicole said she was probably going to call the cops.
Okay. All right. Now, so it sounds like Nicole's pretty worried. More worried than you.
So once she couldn't get anything out of her and nothing was going on in the house, I was like, all right, I gotta go home.
The sharp and sudden change of angle from baseline questioning to direct confrontation would normally make an innocent person refute or at least challenge the statement. There would also be a brief pause, as they would need time to process the allegation due to its perplexity. A guilty individual would already be in a defensive state of mind and would normally respond in a hastily modus. Instead of refuting the remark, they would accept it, but try and explain its actuality.
Would you take a polygraph?
Sure.
Okay. Let's take a little break. I'm going to come back in here because I have a lot more questions for you. How you feeling?
Look at that picture.
Celeste, she's rampage. She's always the one that's gung-ho. She's always the one that's just like, she's either go or she's asleep. She's always the one growling. She's a tiger. Bella, she's the calm, the mothering one. She's the one that's always, you okay? You okay? You fine? Okay. She's just the sweetest little girl. She's the one that favors me more, and Celeste is the one that favors Shanann more.
You're going to be taking what's called a directed lie polygraph. So what that means is there are going to be questions on the test where I want you to lie. I know it seems kind of weird, but you're going to know which questions these are, and they're going to be easy to answer. They're all going to start with before 2018.
This is the last time the polygrapher will have any correspondence with Chris before the real test begins. She gives him an initial compliment in a reassuring tone.
You did great. You remembered to lie and everything. That was awesome.
This momentary boost in his confidence is then abruptly ripped away as he receives the following information.
So, you obviously are a really bad liar. Have people told you that before? Like, the second you tell a lie, like, they can tell, like, on your face, but because the second you lied to them, number 3, like, I don't know if you heard me clicking, but I had, like, turned down the sensitivity because you were starting to go off the page. So, that is what I need to see as the polygrapher, because that tells me that you know it's wrong to tell a lie. and you're actually having a significant reaction when you lie, so that is awesome. So thank you for being a horrible liar. No, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We don't want to be good liars, so thank you for being a horrible liar. And that just shows me that, obviously on the test when they're asking, significant stuff about your wife, if you're lying to that, it's going to be even 10 times more amplified. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much, more than you know. So that was awesome. And the coolest thing about this is right now, there's only one person in this room that knows what the truth is. And in about 5 minutes, there's going to be 2 of us. So that's the coolest part, okay? And then I can go share that with them out there. Okay? All right, how'd you feel? Same as all of it?
I think it was the same through everything.
For you. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So I brought Graham in here because we want to talk to you about the results, okay?
Sure.
So, it is completely clear that you were not honest during the testing, and I think you already know that. You did not pass the polygraph test.
Okay.
Okay. So now we need to talk about what actually happened. I feel like you're probably ready to do that.
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise. Chris, I know.
Stop. It's time. Just stop for a minute. Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath right now.
Do you think she had trouble breathing that night? And Shanann freaked out? And didn't want to live without her baby girl?
So,
Did you hear about the homicide that happened in Aurora, where the guy beat that family to death with a ball-peen hammer?
Mm-hmm.
The only person that survived was a 3-year-old sibling. And that sibling grew up to be a total mess. No family, no mom and dad, no brother or sister, just her by herself. She says, I wish I would have died with them. And there are times that people freak out. I've seen it. I mean, I've been in law enforcement for almost 20 years. I've seen it. Parents freak out and they're like, oh my God, like, I believe that, and I believe someone made a mistake, whether it was you or Shanann. And you've either cleaned up after Shanann or you made the mistake, and I mean, I want to believe that maybe Shanann did it and you felt compelled to fix this so Shanann didn't look bad. That's what I want to believe. But I don't know, you're not telling me that, so it makes me think the worst. Like, did you do that to all 3 of them?
I did not do anything to these kids. Not do anything.
What did Shanann do to them? Tell us, Chris. Chicks are crazy.
Can I talk to my dad or something?
Absolutely.
Come.
Do you want to bring him in here?
No, I just can't.
I'm not here for terrible. I know. Tell us no anything, or?
This polygraph failed it. Yeah, because there's
Too much emotions.
So I mean, they're not gonna let me go.
started her with the kids. Paper. Talking to her about that. Talking to her about separation and everything, about things she lost. I don't know, like, what else to say, like, I freaked out. Those are my kids. Lost it and check her or... That's just rage. I hadn't...
What's that? You okay? You sure? Please help us work through this with you, okay? Will you tell us what you told your dad?
After that conversation,
Water up there, something.
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
After that conversation we had, and she accused me of the affair, in her heart she knew what was going on. And she knew about the dinner the other night. It was too much for just me. Packing up a few things. I heard a couple things upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it. Continued to just, my own thing and get ready to get everything packed up. And I saw on the monitor, Bella's covers were like pulled off and she was just laying there. She was just hot. Freaked out. I ran in there and got on top of her. Those are my babies.
What'd you do?
Blue.
What happened?
Anything that hurt?
So Shanann? What happened next?
I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do. I was shaking. Like both my kids were blue and they're gone. And just like, she hurt my kids. She's already blue. It's not moving. And just that blind rage, I just did the same thing to her. This is just fucking horrible.
É um momento dramático. Policiais confrontam o amante de Chris Watts, depois que ele assassinou sua esposa grávida e suas 2 filhas, para começar uma nova vida com ela. A mulher de 30 anos, Nicole Kissinger, está sendo interrogada.
Did you ever say anything to him about like...
Never.
Anything about his kids being a problem? Anything about his wife being a problem?
Never. This shocked me just as much as I think it shocked the rest of the world.
Começa a chorar sobre o terrível destino das crianças, Bella, de 4 anos, e Celeste, de 3.
He's so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of him.
Why? How? I don't even understand how you could, bring yourself to do that to somebody who's, that big.
Chris admitiu que deixou suas filhas mortas nesses tonéis. Tanque de óleo onde ele trabalhou. Bella aqui e Celeste ali. O corpo de sua esposa foi bem aqui. Foi enterrada em uma cova rasa, na propriedade.
Considered the arguments made by the attorneys. The court has considered the statements made by the victims in this case. The court's going to find that the plea agreement is fair and reasonable under the circumstances. I want to acknowledge the Rusick family as well as the Watts family that showing mercy on Mr. Watts is understood, and I respect that decision to request that the district attorney not seek the death penalty in this case. And so the court is going to accept this plea bargain under the circumstances. Words that come to mind when I hear the evidence in this case are a senseless crime and the viciousness of the crime. And equally aggravating in this court's determination is the despicable act of disposing of the bodies in the manner in which they were done in this case. I've been a judicial officer now for starting my 17th year, and I could objectively say that this is perhaps the most inhumane and vicious crime that I have handled out of the thousands of cases that I have seen. And nothing less than a maximum sentence would be appropriate, and anything less than the maximum sentence would depreciate the seriousness of this offense. So the court is going to sentence Mr. Watts as follows. With regard to count number 1, murder in the first degree as it relates to Shanann Watts, the court is going to sentence you, sir, to a life sentence in the Colorado Department of Corrections, followed with no possibility of parole. And that is going to run consecutively to all but counts 3 and 4. With regard to count 2, as it relates to murder in the first degree with Bella, the court is going to sentence you to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections with no possibility of parole. With regard to count number 3, the court is going to sentence you as it relates to Celeste to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections with no possibility of parole. With regard to counts 4 and 5 relating to Bella and Celeste as a different theory of first-degree murder, the court is going to sentence you to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections, and legally those sentences must run concurrently as a different theory of first-degree murder. Recognizing the unlawful termination of pregnancy for the unborn child that has been named Nico, the court absolutely believes that the maximum sentence of 48 years would be appropriate to run consecutive to the other charges, with an additional mandatory parole period of 3 years as set forth by statute. With regard to count number 7, as it relates to tampering with a deceased body, as well as counts 8 and 9, each a class 3 felony, the court is going to impose a maximum sentence of 12 years each for those counts to run consecutively to the other counts. The court is going to order that the statutory fees be paid and court costs. The court's going to grant the prosecution 91 days to file a notice of restitution, and that will be the sentence of the court.
Esse foi dos casos mais difíceis de serem gravados. Que Shanann, Celeste e Bella descansem em paz. Agora siga o nosso canal para mais vídeos como esse. Deixe seu like e obrigada por ficar até aqui. Agora cuidem-se, eu fui.